Pakistan to Afghanistan. A few RPG rocket boosters in their white plastic cases went in with the convoy we joined. But this year, the arms trail to the north, the stronghold of the most famous guerrilla commander of them all, Ahmad Shah Massoud, has been virtually empty. While other lesser commanders get regular shipments, Massoud is reported to have received no fresh supplies at all through the American-financed and Pakistani-controlled arms pipeline. What little he has received, he's bought from other guerrilla groups. Now winter is closing the route. Dead horses, this one killed by a mine, mark the trail between the Chaikhanas, Mujahideen-run staging posts which provide food and shelter for travellers and their horses. Sick horses seldom survive, although this one, despite a split hoof, did. Inside, if you're lucky, you might get a cup of tea and a bowl of rice. A day's stage between Chaikhanas probably means between 10 and 12 hours on the road through a largely deserted countryside which 2 years ago was partly under government control. We're roughly halfway between the Pakistani border and our destination, and as you can see, in fact, we're right in the middle of the Hindu Kush, one of the highest ranges of mountains in Asia. Once we're over the next pass and down onto the northern flank of the Hindu Kush, we hope to meet Massoud, and we hope too that we'll be able to use a jeep instead of walking or riding horses as we've done for the past few days. But we were still a long way from the road, and apart from the next pass, there were many rivers to cross and ramshackle bridges to negotiate. Although travel with the Mujahideen is bad enough in summer, in winter it's extremely hard. Russell Padwick, the sound recordist, had to learn to ride in the Afghan style on a pack saddle without stirrups. Sebastian Rich, the cameraman, had even worse problems. Both his cameras were later smashed and he got amoebic dysentery. On the fourth day, we followed Massoud's arms trail up the 15,000-foot Wishti Pass. It was a long, hard climb, 4 hours to the top, and then another 7 hours to the Chaikhana, which we reached in the dark. Next day, we hired a dilapidated jeep. After 1 hour, the front wheel came off. 7 days after setting out, we met Massoud in Talakhan, the capital of Takhar province. I asked him, was it true he'd received no American arms this year?
During the whole of this year, we transported only a very small amount of arms, which were delayed from last year because of snow. But this year, we haven't received a single bullet or one weapon.
I said I thought American policy was to send arms direct to the field commanders.
The Americans always say things and promise that things will change. But we, who are in the thick of the revolution, haven't seen such changes yet. The Pakistani authorities say that the Afghans cannot manage their own affairs, that we are disorganized, that we are this and that. That's completely untrue. And that kind of talk isn't good for us. Positively harmful.
I then asked Massoud if he still expected the fall of Kabul.
I'm absolutely convinced about one thing, and that's that Kabul, God willing, will definitely fall. But I can't say when.
Massoud is training the nucleus of what he says will be a national army. So far, he has 7,000 to 8,000 men under arms. The target is 12,000. He maintains that Kabul can be captured only if all the Mujahideen agree on one plan of attack. Meanwhile, arguably the best guerrilla general in Afghanistan says he's being deliberately starved of weapons by the Americans and the Pakistanis. He says it's because he won't fight the battle for Kabul their way. They want a quick solution. He says it may take 2 or even 3 years. Others claim the Mujahideen may have missed their chance and that the Kabul regime is now too firmly entrenched, that President Najib looks like a winner. Massoud's reply is that the coming battle will decide. Sandy Gore, News at 10, Afghanistan.